Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to do a quick update on some of the ICPU Phalaenopsis that I got back in May. I am going to talk about one that we just got this month in the last ICPU haul where Ken sent me some of his wife's orchids. Kind of got some bad news. One of them did not make it. So this is the one, you can see I had to put cinnamon on both sides. Well, the rot took over. So that's what happened to that one. I'm really sad about that. But the others are doing what they should be doing, which is settling in. So we'll move that one to the side. So let's talk about this one here. So this one actually is one that has a name. It's called Phalaenopsis Long Pride Sun-Kissed. Again, I've said it before, I'm expecting kind of an orangey, peachy bloom maybe. I've not looked these up. The ones that have names, I did not look them up, but she did grow this stressed leaf and is working on a new leaf as well as some fresh root activity on the top. I don't see any fresh root activity in the pot, but her roots that she came with are still viable. So she's doing fairly decently, and she sits right down here underneath that stand in front of east-facing window. I'm going to move, no, I'm not going to move that one. I'm just going to pull it out. So this one here, this big rock, these rocks are to help support her to stay upright because of this heavy leaf. And they do all need to be watered, so they are a little droopy, so don't pay attention to that part. She grew this leaf because the leaf on this side broke off. So she grew this leaf, which of course is a stress leaf. She's working on another one. I don't expect it to be this size, but I do expect it to be a little bit bigger than this one. And as you can see, she has some root activity going on inside the pot. And she is in heavy moss and bark, perlite, just to retain that moisture to encourage those roots to go down and not aerial. This one here is in all small bark and perlite, just as a record. Then we've got these three that also live in front of the east-facing window, but they sit on the top of the shelf, so they're closer to the light. This one here, No ID, is an all bark, medium and large bark, small bark. I was kind of using what I had at the time. She hasn't done anything. She looks the same she did when she got here. So she's at least not declining, so I'm not worried about her at the moment. That's not the one, no. This is the one that I'm a little stressed over. So this one here, again, hasn't done much since she got here. She is working on some beautiful new roots. Again, all small bark and perlite with some charcoal. My concern is she is trying, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if I can get it. But do you see she's trying to spike? She is not in any condition to try to show off her flowers. So I have left it on there. I'm keeping an eye on her. If I decide to go ahead and let her develop the spike and push out some blooms, as soon as those buds start to look like they're going to open, I'll snip her. If I see that her leaves are going to start declining, then that spike will get snipped sooner rather than later. And then we have this one, also has a name. This is Phalaenopsis MS Pink Brook, assuming it's going to be a pink flower. But this one is also in bark, perlite. And again, she's not done much of anything. No root growth, no leaf growth. But again, she's not declining. So maybe she's just taking her time getting settled in. And we're going to talk about one more, and then there's two I want to take out of their pots because I really want to see what's going on. And one of them, I may end up cutting the stem off because it kind of looks weird. So, but the success here is this one right here. So this one here was one of my first big girls that he sent me. And her first leaf, which you can kind of see that white ring, well, it broke off in transport. She quickly started this leaf here, and I do have it strapped because it was kind of growing down, and I don't want that. And she hangs in the corner over there kind of by a grow light, and she was going towards that Verena grow light, and I don't want that. But her roots that she came with are still viable. I mean, they look sad, don't get me wrong, but they're viable. They're keeping her alive and healthy. She is producing some roots up top, so the assumption could be that she is also producing some roots in the pot itself that we just can't see yet. So let me get my bucket here. I'm going to start with the little one. This one used to have some big leaves on it. This is the number 3, the one that I was concerned about, and then I was like, oh, she's doing fine, she's growing, I'm not concerned. Well, now I'm concerned again because this new leaf, just as you can see, popped off. So she grew this one, and now she's starting on another one. I want to see what's going on in this pot. I probably will have to put her in a smaller pot just because she just is not as big as she was. And yeah, so all of the roots that she went in with are now gone. She does have this one root that has a lovely root tip on it that will get her going. So I'll put her into a smaller pot once I'm done with this. And then the other one I wanted to look at was this one, which also has a name. And her name is Phalaenopsis Ming Sing Golden Lena. I'm assuming it's going to have a beautiful yellow, maybe peachy orangish color. Who knows? So as you can see, she also has some big ginormous rocks on her, and that was to keep her upright. Well, the reason I want to look at her is, let me move the strap and you'll see. Move this. So as you can see, she has a lot of roots getting ready to come out. But do you see right here, this section right here, that's her stem. So let's take off these rocks. You have to be super careful with the ones here because that's where those roots are. Take her out of the pot. Now she did have some moss in her. Let me put hers in a different container because I don't want to mix moss into that one. Let's see. Just see what's going on because I may need to cut her stem. Let me just pull her out. Yeah, the roots that she went in with look like they're all desiccated as well. So let's just gently, there we go. Yeah, so all of these roots are now gone, but look how long her, look how long her stem is. Like, look at that. That's her stem. So I'm thinking to cut it to about right here so that I can get these roots close to the media. I won't put them in the media since they haven't touched any yet, but put it closer to the media so that they'll go directly down in. And then she probably won't need these big rocks because she doesn't have this ginormous stem on her. So I'll be doing that off camera, and then the next time we look at her, hopefully this one will be filled with roots in her pot. Let's move that. Set her in here so she doesn't lay down and I can protect those roots. So that's kind of the status of what is going on with the May Phalaenopsis ICPUs. I did have a couple of more, but all of the ones that have gone on to be with the fairies and Orchid Fairyland, most of them either just didn't do anything and just dropped leaves. There was no explanation as far as what I could figure out. The others are were succumbing to the rot at the base. So that is the status of that. If you'd like to continue following and are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And let me just put her right there because she keeps wanting to fall over. She's too top heavy with that long stem. And I will see you guys next time. Have a beautiful day.